Scent bird, I smell good, bish. And if you want to smell good like me, you'll click down below in the description box and get 15% off of your first month subscription service to Scent Bird, which is a monthly subscription service that sends you perfumes, candles, hand lotions, and makeup. So you guys get down below, check out their website, and sign up. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for another This Is Us review, you guys. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get into my notes. So the episode started off with Jack in Vietnam, all right? Y'all know that last episode, Jack is really trying to get his brother Nikki clean off of that heroin, okay? Off that boy, all right? Make that ass null and void. But to no avail. Nikki is really not trying to hear it. And he only has 48 hours left. He tries to get more time, but the commander or whoever says no. So he has to try to fix Nikki in 48 hours. What has been done to Nikki cannot be fixed in 48 hours. But Jack is just so, gung-ho about saving his brother's life. So he tries to get him to go somewhere with him. He wants to show him something. Well, y'all know Nikki, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Push it back and forth and comes and socks Jack right in the face. And he's like, that you feel better? That feel good? Because he hurt his wrist. Because, he ain't no fighter. He's not a fighter, which is why everything that has happened has affected him so negatively. So he's like, all right, man, I'll go with you. So they go to the beach and they sit and they watch the water, and he tells him, man, I need you to keep sight of the mission. And he was like, the mission is to kill. And he says, no, man, the mission is to make it home. And I'm like, okay. The mission is to get back home alive and hopefully with all of your limbs attached to your body. Okay. That's what you're trying to do. Nikki doesn't think he's going to make it. He doesn't think he's going to make the mission. Okay. Because he goes to sleep and he has a nightmare. And apparently whatever happened with him during his first, couple of months or whatever in the war, I'm not exactly sure how long he's been there, but it really messed him up and he has nightmares about it. So he goes and he gets high. And he comes back and he's sitting there all loaded, and Jack sees him. He's like, man, are you high again? What is going on? He was like, I just got to clean you up again. I'll just clean you up all over again. I'm like, he was really willing to go through detox with his brother all over again in 48 hours just so he could try to get him on the right, path. But he can't save him. Another time where Jack is just endlessly trying to save people that he cannot save. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Like, this is his life. Always putting himself in harm's way to save somebody he loves. And with his brother, it is just not happening. Like, it's not happening. The brother tells him, look, I don't want to be clean. I don't want to get clean again. When I'm clean, the nightmares come back. The memories come back. And I can't stop thinking about it. And that really dawns on Jack. And Jack kind of just lets him go. And then later on, they hear this huge explosion. And Jack goes running with his gun. And apparently a boat in the water has exploded. And I'm sure that he thinks that's Nikki, because we think that Nikki died in war. We'll get to that later, y'all. So Kevin is in Vietnam with Zoe, trying desperately to find some inkling of what happened with his dad when he was in Vietnam. And at first he couldn't get to the fishing village that he was stationed in because there was some heavy rain which washed out the roads. But eventually it cleared up, and he and Zoe were able to go with a guy who was their travel companion on their trip to the fishing village. And when he gets there, he meets with one of the men who is like an elder, I guess. He's not that old, but he was a child during Vietnam, and his mom and him lived in the village, so he remembers a lot. And they sit down to talk to him, and Kevin shows him the picture. He doesn't recognize anybody, but he says that his dad would sneak through the fence every night to see he and his mother, because his dad worked for the Viet Cong. He was in the war too. They were fighting each other. And this is one of Kevin's problems. Kevin can never see the forest for the trees. He's always so busy looking for something or wanting attention or trying to get some type of instant gratification, when really what he needs to do is step back and look at the larger picture. And that is what the man who was from the village was trying to show him. Like, at the end of the day, you're searching for some answer or some story that you haven't been told. But in all actuality, the story is that here we are, two sons of men who were fighting each other 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And here we are sitting, breaking bread with one another in a totally different atmosphere. You know, our dads were on this soil fighting each other, you know, and they lived, you know, God, I guess they, his dad, you know, the man who lived in the village, his dad lived through the war. But just the larger picture of this started off dank and dark and depressing and depraved and fucked up. But here we are today with you even being able to come to this village freely and in a different type of atmosphere. That is the larger picture, that things got better, that shit changed, that we should be trying to be positive in this world, because we see when shit gets dark, the positive is what comes after, and that's what's important, and that's what we should be focusing on. But Kevin is just still so caught up in the fact that he feel like he came all this way for nothing. And Zoe is like, how could you feel like you came all this way for nothing? I mean, just walking the same soil that your daddy fought a war on. Like, isn't that something? And he's just like, I don't know. And when they're getting their bags ready to leave, their travel companion mentions that his uncle was never entered into the veteran database that they have from the Vietnam War. So if he died, he didn't die in Vietnam, or he didn't die in the war. So now we're confused, because if he would have died on that boat, wouldn't that have been entered into the registry? Did they not find a body? Questions all. So Kate and Toby go to the doctor so that they can see what the status of their baby's health is, and the baby is doing well. Kate is doing well. There are no, negative signs. Everything is great. And the doctor asks if they want to know the sex of the baby. And Toby instantly bursts out. And Toby instantly burst out, no, we can wait. And Kate kind of looks at him like, oh yeah, we can wait. And it was just something happening there in that moment that just, kind of felt like this was going to be a discussion later on. The doctor also says that she wants Kate to take it easy, which means she doesn't want her traveling back and forth over long periods of time like she does with her job, singing the Adelegrams. She goes back and forth, which can take hours of her sitting down, and the doctor said that it's not healthy. She doesn't want her to do that, so she needs to find another job. She goes for a walk with her skinny friend Madison. I think that's that girl name. I forgot that girl name. She ain't been on the episode in a minute, but y'all know the skinny little annoying girl who was in their therapy sessions because she had an eating disorder too, but everybody else was fat and she was skinny, and they was all looking at her like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? But they're friends now, we know. She was there for the wedding and all of that. She was her maid of honor, I think, all of that. So she says that there's a job down at the school. They need a choir teacher. And choir was such a release and a safe haven for the very bullied Kate growing up, being the overweight girl and all of that. Kids are cruel and adults are cruel. And she's excited about this job. So she goes and she does the interview with the principal, and he's feeling her. They're joking, having a good time. She's telling stories about how significant the choir was to her. And ultimately, she's not able to get the job because she doesn't have a college degree. I was like, I can't believe it. This shit actually count for something? Except more bills for us, goddammit, okay? But, she's really feeling down about that because this is all very scary for them. She and Toby have a conversation and she's feeling down, and he's like, well, maybe this was for the best because this will give you an opportunity to chill out and to rest. And she's like, so what? You didn't really want me to get the job? She instantly goes there. And he's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, okay, and badly so, that it might be a better situation for you to sit down somewhere, considering the fact that the doctor said you shouldn't be putting your body through too much stress. She wasn't really feeling it. So y'all know Toby, he got to come through with the saving grace. He takes her to a college campus and has her, go ahead and sign up for college because he's like, don't waste any time. We have 8 months until the baby gets here, 7 months, 8 months till the baby gets here. So why don't you take this time right now and finish up school? That way you can get that job, or you can get a job similar to that, but just give yourself a jump start. Do something that will be monumental to your future and give our baby a happier start. That's what Toby says. He wants their baby to be happy. So this is cool. This is cute. Toby, once again, being such a great guy, such a great husband, being so thoughtful, even when he's going through this hard time, getting back on his meds, getting his emotions and his, shit all regulated. And he's still being this powerhouse of support for Kate when she's going through it. And I love it. I really do. I love they love. It's so cute. So y'all moving along to Beth and Randall. So Randall has to do this debate with Councilman Solomon Brown, right? And y'all know we don't like Councilman Solomon Brown because he's always trying to shade Randall because he's not from their districts, okay? He's not from that area of the hood. But you know what? He was born and dropped off at the fire station in that hood, okay? So he feels one with the community on top of the fact that he owns the apartment building and rents to people and sees all the trials and tribulations they go through living in a disenfranchised ass neighborhood where the councilman is just lying in his pockets and ignoring people's problems on a daily fucking basis. But y'all rooting for him because he the nigga you know. Okay. So yeah, it's time for the debate. And even though Beth is no longer on the team as far as his campaigning is concerned, she's still very much cheering in his corner and tells him that he is a sexy chocolate man, okay? And he is. And he can do this, all right? He is top notch. He is intelligent, okay? He is special. He is fine. He can do it, okay? And we all know that if anybody can do it, it is Randall. All right, y'all, we love Randall, y'all. We love Randall so much. We really, really do. So he gets up there and the debate starts off rough. Okay, the councilman is once again reminding, everybody that he's not from the neighborhood when he accidentally mispronounces the moderator's name. Like, excuse me, I'm nervous, okay? I don't know her. Like, okay, but he was like, you would know her name if you lived in the neighborhood and you watched the news that we watch out here. And I'm like, the fuck, he can't live that far. Y'all gotta have the same news coverage, correct? Like, Lord, I don't know. I could be wrong, y'all. But ultimately, Randall gut punches that ass when you know what he said. You know what? And he takes up some papers and he sits down on the stage, y'all, because I guess he realized them standing on this stage with this kind of almighty presence of them being superior and they're going to debate and y'all going to vote for them as the minions. I guess there was a feel that Councilman Brown was giving to the stage. So Randall decided to sit down on the steps of the stage and start reading all of the complaints from the minutes from the council meetings, okay? Because y'all know they have city council meetings all the time where people come and stress their grievances. This lady can't get a handicap ramp up to her building. This man is not getting his snow plowed on time. He's complained 3 times. This lady said that her son's school has water in it. Like, all of these complaints that people have come back and complained over and over and over again. And Councilman Solomon Brown has done nothing but say he will look into it. And we all know this all started because Randall wanted to fix a street light out front of the community center that his dad loved and frequented. He wanted to be a better situation for them, especially after one of his tenant's daughters, a friend of his dad's, got beat up and robbed because there are no damn street lights in this neighborhood. It's terrible, okay? And when you can't see shit, people feel like they can get away with it. Nobody ain't gonna say nothing. They gonna act like they ain't see shit. You know what I'm saying? So the shit that goes on in the dark, okay? In the dark. In the night. It's dangerous. We needed lights, okay? And Councilman Brown didn't do shit about it. And it took Randall, what, an hour or 2 out his day to go get the light bulb and get a ladder and get up there and change the damn light out front? Okay? Not, no lie that there's at least 200 more to go. But come on now. So he makes this argument to the crowd and everybody's feeling it. Beth is in the crowd. Yes. Okay. Jay Wow is out there like, yes. Everybody's doing it. They're proud of him. Rebecca is there. And it's going well, you guys. It's going really well. But he gets down off the stage and Jay Wild tells him that the recent polls are in and he's way too behind to actually have a shot at winning. So it seems as if Councilman Brown is going to win anyway. And this is really upsetting to Randall. But at the same time, Randall really wants this race. So we're going to get back to them in a minute. Rebecca drove Tessa, y'all know that, or Tess, it's Tess. Tess is the oldest daughter of Beth and Randall. And she told her auntie Kate last episode that she thinks she like girls, okay? So this whole episode, she's kind of had a bad attitude, not really talking to her parents, look like she not feeling too good, just a lot going on. So on the ride there, Rebecca kind of tries to coax it out of her, not really telling her she knows, but when she starts to dig and ask if anything is wrong, is everything okay, she's like, Auntie Kate told you, huh? She was like, honey, what? Yeah, she told me. Okay, yeah, she told her. So she says, honey, she just told me because she wanted you to have someone closer to you that you could talk to about this. And she's like, did you tell my parents? Did she tell my parents? He's like, no, nobody told your parents. We're sorry. We just wanted you to feel supported. And she just gets upset and puts her earphones in, y'all. She don't want to hear it. So after the debate was over, they're handing out flyers and everything, and she's still upset. So Rebecca sits next to her and tells her, she says, you know, I hit a lot of things, and I held a lot of my emotions on the inside to the point where I feel like it started to develop in my body, where I have aches and pains all the time. And at first it was a headache or a backache here and there. But after a while, with the secret I kept from your dad, you know, I'm not proud of that, you know, about knowing his biological father and all of that. It weighed on her, and it became this great ache. And now she has to be an old lady, you know, walking around with ibuprofen in her purse like it's candy. And she doesn't want that for Tess. And when she tells her that, it seems like it hits home with Tess, and she has an understanding. So when Beth and Randall get home, and they're around, you know, around the island and everything, all the kids are going to sleep. And Deja comes down and asks if she can go see her mom. Her mom is living in Jersey. She has a good job. She wants to see her mom. Randall and Beth also saw that she was texting her mom and talking to her mom. They overheard her, and they wanted to talk to her about it, but they wanted to get through the debate first. And when she came downstairs and asked them for their permission, it made them feel included, and they said, okay, we'll have to work it out. It's going to be difficult, okay? It's going to be a conflicting matter when Beth is trying to get a job. They have their other two daughters, and Randall is trying to run for city council. It's a lot. On top of the fact that he still is in charge, you know, of running his apartment building. Their family is just, it's a lot right now. So let's add that one more thing onto it. Us trying to figure out a schedule to which we can take Deja all the way to Jersey to see her mom, okay? Let's go ahead and put that on the table. Okay. So right after she walks out, here comes little Miss Tess. She is so emotional and crying already. And she says, Mom and Dad, I haven't been feeling good. And I haven't been feeling good because I've been hiding something from y'all. The girls at school, they all have boyfriends now, and I don't want a boyfriend. And like, you know, everybody's like, well, that's all right. We don't, you know, we don't want you to have a boyfriend. But she says it's because I would think I want a girlfriend, and I'm not sure. And I don't want to make a thing of it because I'm not sure, but I just don't want to hide it from you guys. And the look on Beth and Randall's face, they wasn't ready. They wasn't ready, okay? But they are supportive. And Beth says, look at me. Look at your father. Do you see anybody else other than two people who love you more than anybody could ever love someone? We love you no matter what. And she's crying. She's like, okay. She was like, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. At least not right now. And Randall's like, that's okay, baby. We love you. We're here for you. And Lord, they need to bring out the glass of wine after that conversation. They was not anticipating that conversation that night, okay? So now Beth tells Randall, she said, baby, this is too much. It's already been a lot with us putting money into you and your campaign, me trying to find a job. Now we got Deja going to Jersey. We got Tess having emotional issues that we need to be present to deal with. I need you to step down, okay? I wanted this for you. I wanted this election for you, but it is over, and I need for you to back out. You told me that whenever I wasn't comfortable with this anymore, you would back out. I'm not comfortable anymore. Y'all, Randall said, this family will always be a priority to me, but I have to see this through. And she said, well, you may not be a politician, but you sure did learn how to talk like one. Because you basically telling me that you lied to me. what I want doesn't matter to you because you found something else that you feel is so important to you that's more important than your family and the children and their mental and emotional well-being and the well-being of your wife who is on the ledge right now. This is the first time I have to say I feel like Randall is fucking up. He is fucking up. I understand that he feels a debt to the people of that community, but he could be there for the people in that community without putting his wife in such a bad way. She was very upset with him and she no longer wanted to have a conversation with him. She put his ass on the sofa, okay? If you think you're gonna tell me how it's gonna be, we ain't sleeping in the same bed together, sir. Okay, you go out there and shovel snow with your constituents if you want to. You'll be sleeping on the fucking sofa, sir. Okay? She was not feeling it, y'all. She was not feeling it at all. Okay? So, y'all, we get to see, remember, they kept showing us this scene where Randall and Tess are going to see somebody in the hospital. We finally found out this episode who that person was. So first we see Tess and Randall meet up together. And he's like, did you call your mother and tell her that we're on our way? And she said, yeah. And then we see Beth looking fabulous, okay? Fabulous as an older woman, honey. Fabulous, big hair, giving me Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen. I was feeling it, okay? She had a hand on her hip, you know, just loose and fabulous, but yet, you know, you could tell it's taunts, okay? I was just here for it, Susan. I'm here for it, Susan. And she says, you know, oh, she's the boss. It seems as though she's running like a ballet school. I'm like, wait a damn minute. Beth was a dancer. What's happening here? I was confused. I'm guessing they'll explain when they come back next year because this was the winter finale. But she tells her assistant, because her assistant comes like, boss, you know, Tess called and she was like, yeah, we're supposed to be going to see Randall's mother today. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on with them two, but I hope they still together. Okay, I hope Randall and Beth are still together. The energy they were giving me was a little different. So I don't know how we got here, but it seems as though Rebecca has lived to be 100, okay? I'm just glad it's not one of the children. It's not Kate. It's not one of their kids. You know, I'm glad it's somebody that's supposed to be passing away, and that's Rebecca, because obviously Rebecca is probably very old at this point, and that's how you're supposed to die, with your family and your grandkids around you, not all young and shit on some, you know, on some emotional, you know, fucked up shit. We don't know what could possibly been going on. We don't know, okay? But I'm happy that they just going to see Rebecca, y'all. I guess we going to eventually see Rebecca die as an old lady. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Anyway, y'all, they led us to believe that Nikki might still be alive. We saw old man, and then we saw some mail that said, you know, Nicholas, whatever their last name is. I forgot what the last name is. Nicholas something. But it was on the mail, so he might still be alive, y'all. More to the story. Anyway, you guys, I really enjoyed this winter finale of This Is Us. I love the show so much. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see y'all in the next one.